Welcome to episode 3 of Great Esther's Let's Play series. This time, hopefully you should be able to hear me a little bit better, a bit louder microphone settings, and we're done. Tied it up, all looking good. Use some wood for the floor, and if you look outside, if you can get through the door, everything's done out here as well. Just to prove that, we have a whole 1x1 layer around the inside. Do all the wiring we need. All is good. And now I need some stone. So we're going to go mining, and when we come back, we're going to start building some machines. And we're back from mining. Look at all the stuff. 14 gold, 40 iron, lots of iron, ferrous, lead, silver, aluminium, not so great. But we definitely don't want to be using this thing again. Nope. No. So what are we going to do? We need another way of doubling ores. And to start with, that means we're going to need rubber for IC2. So let's go and find a rubber tree. One quick amendment, if you see this item, moonstone ore in the game, it drops as a meteor from the sky, quite randomly. Make sure you pick it up. We're going to be using that quite heavily later on. And as luck would have it, right next to our island, there happens to be a rubber tree. It looks somewhat like this. See these, the trunk looks quite different. Hold on a second. Looks quite different, and they normally spawn in swamp areas. In this case, I may not be so lucky. We're just going to want some saplings because we need to grow a few of these trees ourselves. Hopefully one of these is going to drop. There's a sapling. Please give me another one, that would be great. No, just one sapling. Okay, that's not great. And in fact, this rubber tree has nothing of the thing we're looking for. On the side of rubber trees, you'll see a yellow spot. Obviously, this is the Sphax texture pack, so these spots are going to be quite obvious. In this case, this doesn't have any. So, oh, wait a second. Let's see if there's anything down here. Nope, really unlucky. So let's see if we can get this to give us more saplings and more rubber. I may need a ramp. We want bone meal, hopefully. Let's see if this works. As you can see, I put my previous crops down here just so we don't starve to death. And yes, this will do. Assuming bone meal works on this particular tree. Well, it does. Cool. Back to try and get more saplings. Now, this would be really nice if it gave me more than one. Now I've got one. That's a rubber spot. That's exactly what we want. Except there's probably, a bit unlucky again. There's only one spot on it. These do actually grow more than once in the same tree. If you do find a portal gun or a gravity gun, you can take it doesn't have to be in a living tree or anything. You can take this block, move it, put it on the ground, and then put other rubber spot blocks on top of it to make a wall of them. Makes it much, much easier to actually collect things. Unfortunately, we've been completely unlucky and not seen any gravity guns or portal guns. So I have to run back and forth to the mine every time. Let's try this again. More rubber. please. Now, to get the rubber from the tree, there's a few different ways of doing it, but to run at the very start of the game, we're going to want something called a tree tap. And I'll make that for you in a second. I'm going to be right back after I've planted a few more of these trees. Okay, we're back from that brief trip of planting trees. We've got 8 saplings left over, so we'll just store them for now. We can always plant more later, but we need a tree tap to extract the rubber. So let's take some planks, and yeah, these barrels are amazing. And we just want to make almost like a tap shape. And we have a tree tap. Industrial Craft 2. Tree taps do wear out very quickly. Let's just... Yeah, they wear out very quickly. We can create rechargeable versions later. Don't worry about that. But for right away, we just want to get some rubber. Well, sticky resin at first. We'll cook it into rubber. And we just do that by first killing skeletons. Really must create some armor. Yes, tree taps. So just right click the spot and you will get a couple of sticky resin per click. Don't click it multiple times, there's no point. So just go around and just click every spot you see on each of the sides. Much later on we'll probably automate this so that we don't have to do this at all. It's a bit laborious. We didn't get too many actually. Oh, one more. So we've only got 10 resin. Fine, the resin will grow back, by the way. They'll recharge after a couple of days. So let's just get back and see what we need to do. First way to cook all of this up is in the regular kind of furnace, just with bread. Just with coal, just like anything else. But we don't want to be doing that for too long, so I'm just going to do that with a couple of pieces. I think it's a 1-to-1 ratio here, which we're going to get 2 rubber out of it. Hopefully more, but let's see. Yep, just 1 rubber. There's a machine called an extractor, which we'll be doing, which will improve this quite a lot. We'll get 3 for every 1, I think, if I remember rightly. And yeah. But what are we using the rubber for? Well, insulation for wiring. Unlike the item ducts and the fluid ducts, these just don't need metals. They actually need rubber and copper, usually, to start off with. But let's start with what we need. We need some power, and at the start we're going to be generating it from coal. We need to store the power a little bit, and we can do that in a bat box, maybe a CESU later, but bat box to start off with. And then from there we need to transmit the power to our machines, and the machines we're going to have a macerator, which does this bit of the task, and then we're going to have an electric furnace, which does this bit. So let's get started. So how do we get started? Well, we need a couple of pieces of tools, I should say, to start off with. I've made them already, but I'll show you how to make them regardless, if I can find out where I left them. Yeah, here we are. Forge hammer and a cutter. Forge hammer flattens regular ingots like this into plates, and then plates you can craft again. There's a new version of those. Hang on. They're called casings, item casings. And the cutters can slice those up into wires, which you can then insulate with the rubber that we just grabbed. So to make them, all we need to make the forge hammer is just 5 pieces of iron and a couple of sticks, and you can just grab that. To make the cutters, all we need to do is convert 3 of these just by putting them in the crafting window, getting 3 of these, and putting the 3 that we convert the plates at the top like that, and then 2 at the bottom of regular ingots. Yeah, don't turn this into a fan. You want these 3 being iron plates. So what are we going to need to do with those? First, we need a generator. And there's an upgraded version called geothermal generator. We're not going to go with that just yet. Regular generator. We're going to need 3 iron plates, an iron furnace, and a battery. Let's deal with the iron furnace first. Iron furnace is just a regular furnace with 5 iron around it. 5 iron plates, I should say. So I think we've got a spare furnace. I do. So handily, and not entirely coincidentally, we can just make 5 iron plates, and we put them in iron furnace. Now we're going to need 3 more iron, which I should have picked up to start off with. 3. And as you're noticing, these tools can wear out. 70 uses left and 60 uses left. Eventually we'll get a machine called Metal Former, which can do this all for us without breaking. But for the moment, we're stuck using these tools. So we got 3 of those, and what was the other thing? Battery. Yes, now we're on to tin, and this is why we want the rubber. To make this insulated tin cable, you need a tin cable and a piece of rubber, which is definitely needed. To make the tin casings, you get 2 of these per tin plate, and 1 tin per ingot per plate. So we need 1 tin, 2 tin, and yeah, we're going to need a 3rd one and slice it up. So 3 tin, 2 redstone, and some rubber. And I don't know why I'm looking in there. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. So first, let's make a plate, and yep, from the plate we can make the cables. So we're done there, and let's just, as an example, there's our tin cable. Generally, these are just used to make batteries. We use copper ones to start with. For everything else, the copper goes a lot longer. Sorry, we tend to get more copper than I do tin. It tends to be used up quite a lot. So we're going to start with copper. Tin plates. So you just put them back in, and then 4 of these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and a battery. So 3 of these, and iron furnace, and we get a generator. Now, one of the most important things when you're dealing with IC2 is, unlike these blocks, where you can just destroy them, pick them up, put them down, never ever do this with Industrial Craft 2 machines, unless you want to see things end in tears. For those who are familiar with Industrial Craft 2, I once did that with a replicator. If you know what that means, laugh at me now. If you don't know what that means, that was a lot of iron. So what we actually need is a wrench, and unfortunately we can't really use our hammer for this. Where is it? Where's my crescent hammer gone? Yeah, there it is. I'd love it if we could, but it doesn't seem to work on this kind of thing, if I remember rightly, so we do actually need an Industrial Craft wrench. Luckily, that is not too hard to make. We want this one. Okay, that's bronze, which we don't have yet. We just need 3 copper and a tin. Fair enough. And we're going to need more of it, so 6 copper, 2 tin. See what I mean about running out of tin? It just tends to get used really quickly, no matter what we actually do. It's fine though. I'll always go off camera and go and get more. There we go, a wrench. We're going to need that in future. Right, so we got generator. We also need a bat box. We're going to store the power somewhere. We don't want to just keep burning coal. And our machines need a buffer in case we run out of coal. So I've got a feeling this is going to need lots of tin. Yep, another one of those tin cables and 3 batteries, and each of those, remember, they need one of these as well. So I'm going to need 4 rubber and lots of tins, so 3 for each of those. Yeah, maybe can get away with 8 because I've got some already, and just some planks. So I'm just going to go and make all this off screen and come back right back. So I just picked up the materials. Yep, got all the materials there. So let's just make these things up. We want the cables, 4 of them. We want 3 batteries, so we need those in the middle, and 3 batteries, template, and what else do we need? Just planks. We have the planks. Bat box. Cool. Even achievement. Okay, so let's put this down first. In fact, let's get rid of these 2 because, yeah, I don't really want to use them anymore. Eventually the power generation should all be in the basement. Because I'm not built it yet, I'm going to put it up here and I'm going to move it later. Yes, with that wrench. So probably going to want the machines along this back wall, just beneath where we can get all the basic stuff. Probably here actually, if possible. And then the power underneath. So we want the power generation over here for now. So we're going to put the generator down here, and for the moment the bat box here. Now there's a few different sides to a bat box. Yeah, that's not important right now. We want to face the green side, if you like, towards the generator. There's only one side like that in the entire thing. Generator is just like a furnace. We can pop a piece of coal in there, it's going to burn, and then this is going to fill up. But it needs to fill up something else. In this case, it's the bat box. So if we get our wrench, I'm not sure if this works with a crescent hammer, I'll give it a try. Definitely the wrench otherwise. If I wanted the green dot to face me, I can just right click. But if I want it to face away from me, I can shift right click. And yes, it does want this. So with the wrench, yep, there it goes. It's faced towards the generator. So I've put a piece of coal in here, hopefully. We've got some power there. Let's see what happens. The buffer's filling up on the inside. And have I got the wrong way around? Is the green spot supposed to face away? Yeah, okay, so maybe I want it facing away from me here, so it goes into the actual wall. My mistake. Yeah, there we go, the buffer's draining and it's going into the bat box. If you build any electric stuff, you can drop them in here, they'll recharge in case we get to the jetpacks, which is fairly soon. So we've got the ability to store power and probably want to just charge this up. I'm just going to shove I don't know, a few sticks in there. They don't last very long, and it's all going to be draining into the bat box anyway. So we want to get power out of here. All the way around to here. And that's that neatened up. So we're going to want some machines. To start off with, we're going to want, again, as I said earlier, a macerator and the furnace. So let's build the machines first and then we'll connect them with power thereafter. So, macerator. We're going to need a machine casing, electronic circuit, and some basic stuff. Again, this was why I mentioned picking up the flint earlier. Machine casing is more of these steel iron plates. Electronic circuit, however, is copper cable. Easier to make the copper cable, just like the tin cable we already made, iron plate, but each of these is insulated, which means we need more rubber. And that's where it gets annoying, because I only have 5 rubber. So, I'm going to go and get more and be right back. One quick note, by the way, before we head out for that rubber. Pressure plates. There's a better version. Obsidian pressure plates mod. These will only open when a player steps onto them. Very handy. I picked up some obsidian from down there while mining. Again, just a single line of obsidian, if I remember rightly, is the plate. Hang on. Yep, there we go. 2 obsidian is 1 pressure plate, which is fine, but we should be able to upgrade them again by putting a wool underneath them to get silent pressure plates. So now you can drop them on the floor. And they don't make any noise. Popping up, no noise. We can also make them shrouded later, but that takes materials we don't have yet. The shredder will just blend them in with the background, so we don't really see this obvious purple square. Right, off the rubber, back in a minute. And we're back. Now, got 12 rubber, hopefully that should be enough. Let's make up some copper wire. So it's going to be 3 per one. We're going to need at least 4, maybe. Let's just make 5. Again, this forge hammer's wearing down. Whoops. Actually, we're going to need more than that. Copper doesn't make as much. Forgot about that. There we go. Copper cable. We're also going to need some more iron plates. We'll be running short on iron, I think. We need 9 total. First of all, machine casing. And if you break an IC2 machine with anything other than the wrench, it's likely this is what you'll get back, the machine casing. Only you're going to get 8 iron back, pretty much, which is not great. So what's the macerator? Yep, and electronic circuit. So iron plate and 2 redstone. We'll probably need 2 of these actually, so let's just make 2 now. Oops. Iron plate. A piece of iron and then some redstone. Two circuits, so 1 circuit, some machine casing, and we're going to need that flint. Oh, there we go, 3 flints, and we've got some copper. That's the macerator, and we want the electric furnace. Incidentally, you can click on the question mark just with a single left click and it'll just show up a template that you can use to place stuff. That's going to be another iron furnace, which I'm going to need to make. Okay. Down to 4 iron now. Don't want to use that grindstone. I have the iron, I just don't want to use the grindstone. There's a furnace. There's an iron furnace. And yeah, so iron furnace, electric circuits, and 2 redstone. Electric furnace, and we're still going to need more rubber. I was hoping to save some. Okay, let's just cook that up. We need more rubber because we're going to need more cable just to connect these two together, these machines. For the moment, I'm just going to put them here and here. Change my mind about this. I'm going to need to move things into the basement before I start neatening things up. So we're just going to put them here, and we're just going to need a cable. In fact, we may not need a cable for the first one. Maybe a bit further around, and then we'll just put 3 cables or 4 cables around the back or something like that. You done? You are done. Okay. More copper. If we can at least make it to the macerator, that will be fine because that's the grind work done. The furnace you can always obviously do using a regular coal furnace, but we've got all this power available, so why not use it? So let's see, electric furnace, and there's our macerator. So where do we want it? Normally, what was that? The output, and I want an input. And I've only got 3 cables. Okay. So this is somewhat chosen for me. Right. Yeah. I'm gonna need to make more cables. Alright, let's put the macerator down and put the electric furnace down. All are good, nice and planted. Macerator. And let's just connect the macerator up to this. As you can see, it's getting power from the tooltip. Shows it in the middle. Which means, let me just fill that place up. Which means we can now take the iron ore and it's going to process, which is amazing. No more turning the handle of the grindstone to get double ores. And what we can also do, or what we will be doing, is later automating this to then be dropped into the furnace. But right now, it doesn't matter too much. Easy enough to just move them manually. And you see they've gone down by 1, but we get crushed iron ore. We're going to need power for that, so just in the meantime, you can drop in the regular furnace. And each of these crushed iron ore will make 1 ingot. Hopefully, she gets some proof any second. There we go, some iron back. And now, off camera, I'm going to go and just process all the rest of the ores. Right, I've been and got more rubber, by the way, made some more cable, and we can just use that to wire up these machines. One thing you can do with Industrial 2, you can destroy the copper cable itself. You don't have to worry about that with the wrench. Just the just everything else really, just the actual machines. So electric furnace is getting power, macerator is getting power, and electric furnace is going to start producing ingots. Fair enough. Generator, it's got some coal. We're going to be using up lots of coal just to process these things, but that's fine. We can always get more of that. You can use sticks if you like, but at this point it's going to be using so many sticks you will be feeding it near instantly. Yeah, one more thing. I've got this one lone piece of sticky resin left. Can I make anything with it? Can I do the extractor yet? Of course, it's going to need an electronic circuit, which is going to need more copper and more rubber. Fine, I will be right back again. And I'm back again. So let's just build this. We're going to need, again, we're going to need some more iron plates. Hopefully I have enough uses left of the forge hammer. I do. It's another machine casing. What's the rest of the extractor? 4 tree taps, you can't use the partially used ones. Oh, that's no good. And another electronic circuit, which is another iron plate. Fair enough. And we're going to want more of these copper cables. So, copper. And our electric furnace. And it's just finished cooking up more rubber. 7, which should leave me 1 left over to connect things with. Plate and some redstone. 2, another circuit. Should click these in. Still doesn't work right. Yeah, four tree taps, which I'm going to need this for. Of course I am. 1, 2, 3, 4. Just enough space. Extractor. Great. That's definitely the machine we want. And there we go. The extractor just needs a bit of power, which it now has. And we've got the power there. The bat box is full. Out of coal. Don't worry, by the way, it will stop consuming coal once everything's full. But now we're out again, so let's just fill this. And just to prove that we can actually get more than 1 rubber out of this thing, sticky resin. Ooh, good. Lots of iron. Come on, come on, come on. 3. Okay, so that small rubber tree farm out there. There's only about 10 rubber per regeneration per day, but that means it's 30 rubber per day with the extractor, which means we can do a whole lot more with Industrial Craft 2. So this episode we've made some power storage, automatic, audibling. We don't yet. Do we have time? We've got a couple of minutes left. What we could do is just make that a bit more automatic. Light Indux 2 on servo, which will be really quick here. One, 2. Just like before, we need to go out of this into here and a servo. With the servo, we can say, yeah, just everything, please. And now everything we put in here should go into the back of this. Now, of course, if this is filled with different items, it's not going to go into there. So if we just demonstrate this with, do we have any more metals that hasn't been processed yet? Tin, all shut for tin. Nearly done. Oh, incidentally, by the way, bone meal. Normally you just put bone, yeah, there's some bone. You'd normally just put this into your crafting window and get some out. But I believe I remember rightly, and I'm just going to do this while this is cooking up. Obviously, this actually got ported in. We got 2 ingots, all automatic. That's fine. In this case, though, you can also macerate the bone meal, and yeah, just disable it. It shouldn't get smelted or anything. 1 bone in a macerator should give us more bone meal, just like it gives us more ores, which it has 5. Good. Okay, that's pretty much it for this episode. We've done a lot of stuff in here, maybe some tidying up between the episodes, maybe some more mining. Then we really should get on to making some better tools, maybe more of this automatic material supply, and we'll see where we go from there. Thanks for watching. If you've got anything to say, put it in the comments below, and feel free to subscribe. Greatest is signing off.